I'm passionate about helping my clients turn out their hairstyles. That is why I only use Easy Waves to give them that smooth, shiny, and styled look. It's all about a professional finish, so they can be confident every time they step out and take on the world. But today's about my daughter, my most precious client.
Lindiwe, you're on in 5.
I trust Easy Waves. It's styling you can see and feel.
Me mamo ajoba Ocean 1 TV so mo somfo kweku sechi hills adodo na afre me Ghahanene and me ni mo betwetwe nkomu program ye program foforo kra aba me fidie so ya to the din say the King Ghana Ambassador show ye show ye be pense mu Ghana efi adole ye my Ghana esusu aso e de brain ne e kwan na ye be fa so a ye de ebetu say efi nase na program yi so me wo mbrantie a omosua de akọ enim kakra me wo abrantie bakọ a yefe no Saki Sosi a o ye adwuma o 8 FM na me wo abrantie bakọ so a yesa so frɛ no Awutunde Shika a o ye Speaker of Parliament ema UCC House of Parliament mbrantie me mama akọ aba
ye Joseph na mo me na o ya obetwe dwan yo se na
menye dini
ye Tunde Awoshika
mpacho edini ye Tunde Awoshika
medase kweku
medase ye beka safa efi hu se na efi ado ye my Ghana nde the beka safa the psychological influence of personal hygiene on sanitation senior why psychology dey me start also effect ben and the psychological influencer your sanitation.
I'm say psychology. You can nipa nisu any senior nadrin etie. So you can't go from it's basically the behavior and the mental processes of an individual. And you know, say connection I work psychology mu any nipa senior nipa ebe dream any senior nipa ebe ni niema. It means send a nipa never drink any senior ben yamano ewo so ewo the sanitation because send your old drain and I send away on your mano ewo strong impact. It has a strong impact on how you even act within your own home and within your own school. Maybe are all coexisting. And you know broadly it has an impact also on self-about bonding and the senior obey daily in public life and even in public places. Into share psychological effect on personal hygiene, any sanitation, and so also pa. Into send a nipa bedroom, send a nipa bed in your mano. It will impact the sanitation, any send your better than a city.
Send a nipa bedroom, any your bed in your mano, and once in so our sanitation I account. In your opinion, today, there may be source and then so ben any nipa ever sanitation, a quan so any nipa emma sanitation edimu. Efimu yemu send a younger say nipa a juma bank and I come back so nipa now so to me.
Okay, kweku da say mechia omo share Ocean 1 Digital TV at this moment. Nebom no me pese yen share key areas our topic now there are two janum. So ye kano psychology ye send a nipa a drain efa. And then you can't hygiene ye suban ye soon ye buy a fa ahudi musena udu huni niema and then sanitation no in shisheye a yɛde to hɔ ɛne edwuma yɛde to hɔ ɛboa ahodie mu yɛmfa ne sɛ building of toilet facilities and the likes ne nneɛma no and a building of gutters urinals ne nneɛma no na yɛ sanitation. And so back to question now obisaye no say how do we curb some of those sanitation issues? I think ni nyina shall say free.
Okay.
Yes, because a casse charity begins at home. Inti yesu banya a fast sanitation when in yemininya yesua free ye fee. Inti so wo fee
mincho wa no yes abodam kra fifi. Ye bodam a ye start fifi. Ansana.
Edwanda waka inti bibia ebeye wabonti bia yesua free. Inti se obi endi ne hu ni wo fie a eye den se okwa bonte a unumpia otana wato baby a because wo fie kra wo fie djuma na odu fie you tana wato you mpaba na wato ti fie ni nyema na yeye no eno na ededi na me no me ni utrim na me hu se na kweku odwen inti uni yemu e na me hu se na wa dream because say na Bible no kind as a man thinketh in his heart so is he. So what dream there what dream no now dey there we need to say udu hu ni say what dream pa e fa omanga na ho a e be den say ubepie na unu piota na wato ato ha say bi o fe fichira mesre me kan o say be pray dia sa fe fichira ko beach side na wakokoto ho na why say udream adream power sanitation mo a Sanyema we indeed ewo usuno ban
ne cheso oman no hodo se na wo kan oman no hodo eboa ewo sanitation asema yeke no oman no hodo so be sidan dey oman no hodo ahye ye nkola ya o master ye mba o masisi so ye nuanom keto o master school wo be sidan dey sa oman no hodo na ahye mu ama onwenye odo bi se se me ami dem na me wa me ntumi sebi enum nsu emfa ntoa me ntumi nyenwura entumi dem eti saa de ame wo saa odo no se me na me man ni muso a menum nsuo bi a metumi ebia ekura medu bebi a das bin wa me de atum saa odo no ana o man ho do no ye besi dan de ahye ye ho ase.
I feel said it's all about education. I will say you educate your man for because any in common economy say it's basically kind behavior and attitude. And I'm say yeah studio no cry yet car more you say I buy you a bee. And you know say I mean nipa be na feel say women are usually very clean, but then yet a taxi me we say I buy you a bee rubber atu abontin so and you know utu say behavior and attitude and I mean you atu dey kind no say you to me and check this issue now say one share nipa say na adwin tie any say no ye nyama na utu say impact was any mobile bontin or mobile behavior nti was say starting free school na I'm say member CCMA abaso almost started campaign be on friend no wrap your waist and own a dustbin. We say wrap your waist nature say omobeko school akwa chere nkola ne say moko dustbin no a baby a big dustbins no wo friend no skip container na ni say moto inrua no gum keke ba wo say mo de share rubber mu na motugu skip dustbin ni wa skip container no ni omo hu ni say omoto rubber ni gum sana ema infama no bo a eboni na kogu baby nti o say wo de share rubber ni mo chichi share rubber ni ma infama na bo a at least nipa na oba be sanrua no ebe easy amanu manasa rua no nti we so ka education no ho a say manfo nya say na wo say dey inrua no say na wo say e treat inrua no ni nti I say amanfo hu patriotism and I say a chira say na ombeye man. Some of them love the country but they don't necessarily know how to go about the issue. Nti I say the mom start training.
Yeah, now o kase school minu so starting o kase abodam kra e chance ofie efie yi na sisi a mbrantia yesisu nkola yesisu yi minu akete ofie 7:30 no akọ school okodi almost 8-9 hours it was go mom we extra classes kan ebi omo bebe fie no be po be 3:30 or be po 4:30 nte kwan bi so no saa time no mo school no so no encheche ben na school fo no ana school no ahihye ama ebe masa odom o mine na sanitation betumi aboa
yo kweku ye share western world na abrofofo ekuro mu no sanitation ni hygiene and share as science improvement in sanitation any hygiene and share as science share as social values into improvement no ne fapem ne basis e social values into yeso ye per se yentum pom e wo ye sanitation mo and hygiene mo, then we need to go back to our social values, and these social values operate through social institutions. Institution me to say fear, school, and in sorry na mosque no. So say person solving this issue ye nya holistic approach. Holistic approach. Approach mu. And yes say ye de school na mon nkyere nkofo se na ye di ye huni. Ye de fie nkwa, we need holistic approach. E sha se wo fi na so enwie wo fie. So ye nya holistic approach no nti say ye inculcate these social values e wo ye fie ni a sha se kire nkodan o man ne ho do ye ko school so a ne ye can you imagine say akoda we nyia by 5 years 6 years wa she class 1 ase obe fie a e wo fie kire no o man ne ho do o ko school a o man ne ho do o kwa sorry ni mosque o man ne ho do obe dey by 20 years no the love of the country ebe woni pan so udo o man a unnum pure tana wato baby ti say na udo dem na sebi predia sa misremeka untumi nkotie fi nsi udem because udo hu do dem untumi it is say o man hu do wo mu a sa so na untumi nkodina baby ankotie fi say na ope nkotutu rubber into. So we need holistic approach, social values inculcated into the social institutions.
Talking about social values, talking about social values, what will be the role that stakeholders may play in this sanitation issue?
Okay, so one, here leadership example. Clean Ghana ambassadors. Emmanuel Champion Dano. Now see your champion Clean Ghana. Now you be who Emmanuel Champion, no at cave, no room, so no attraction any day. And then now I dare they children. So we need our leaders to lead by example. Let me say, our region Wemuana recently a team news say assemblyman be and our Kojan and 9 year in Puano baby and the action. So first, you hear leaders to lead by example. Second, you hear say you did the right structures be in place, and that one and that me so.
Structures did you who? Structures no ya wambra e kasa efa ye sanitation e wo my Ghahanene ya wo structures no wo e bi no ye municipal district offices ukowa omo wo sa office ni ya wo officer ya to ni this sanitation office e wo ho structures no wo ho na mum se structures ni bedi mu no
kweku mentwa hano wo say ote Cape Coast ana Accra the capital cities na no hu say infrastructure no ho na mum ra ye zongo areas the ghetto areas in Yema. Also toilet, you know, there are a lot of research online. I bet sure the number of households are and central region, I think with the issue of even sewage, everyone said TFE disposal. Central region yet also be fifth in terms of the poorness of it. Toilet in Niho. Yet na University of Cape Coast now, ufe bibi obenya nice toilet, but oko bibi a entisa and na mini panel semi dimihuni. Pese meye nyema basa na momu si unfa rubbish dump MBC ho me ye rubbish na me ntumi mfensi me fie nti odo me pese me ndi me huni me ye rubbish na baby ani ho am di be kwa kogu. So sometimes no, because of leadership omu provided the necessary infrastructure, then the people are compelled to live some of those life. It is usisi infrastructure, the right infrastructure na afi nipa no ukona tank ni so na so o person wan ko tutu bowling gwa na ye hu say wo dem dey abroni be yi
abroni be ye minyo we dem eba also meti not legon e wa kra me a me hu say dustbin esi water dustbin in boma enso bi ma wo be kono na ball e good dustbin no no enya de ketwa eno so e ba ne say na yesa
it's still issue of attitude now. You can't want them no. I mean amount for behavior or attitude, it always comes down to this issue. But the person may continue from where we need to stop it.
Okay.
About the issue of leadership and our structures. I was saying the right kind of leadership to be able to tackle the issue of sanitation.
Okay.
And our structures now all kind of, I think that, like you said, we still have some of the structures existing. Yeah, well, environmental and health officers, so we assemblies, but I think they should be up and doing. They need to do more because even though the work is being done, I will say more activity on the ground.
If the work must be done, it must be done well.
Must be done well. Another issue is with education. Now you can't want them. Say you go into the schools, now your church and Kolano, how they should go about things. We'll go into the communities and also talk to the people. And then for me, a final one, innovation. Innovation, because we are talking about attitude and behavior. For attitude and behavior, no, some of these things have been with the people for a very long time. It is their way of doing things. We should not say, and I don't think, because there's a Western way of doing something, and I said, you're quite abroad for your money, I will say a condemning the way yeah before say hey nyama. But say it to me before the drinks and your money no. Need to me innovative solution from the culture that we live no. Because I said research baby or 15 months or baby. Now issue of open defecation not a very prevalent one. Excuse of mama and they say that is the way they have been living. Son on living and who say baby free open defecation. I quite say social center. Just say you are likely to find the best. And you know, I quite say a culture beer existing was our place. No, it will not be so easy say call in such an area now I toilet or because the problem is that if you do that, they may not even use that facility. We need to look at attitude now for no behavior no need to make innovative solutions out of those things. Attitude behavior. It's not just the fact say you be changing those attitudes and behaviors, but you be to me share attitude needs and now innovative solutions for those particular issues. But you be to me also engaging behavioral communication, behavioral change communication, a better education. Na yedi impanyifo na kasa ni hu senia betumi assessant omo attitude motivation so bebem or say motivate omo obi betumi hu senia nyonko bibi wo baby like ya discuss attitude ni behavior also to me motivate sanipa no say hu se onua yesi ya or say environment no ya re be kan ni na nti or say to me report it nipa na so catch and say unjai. But it will come down to motivation, so people must be motivated. But maybe the issue of innovation, no here, say it be innovative from our culture, now solve your problems from bottom up approach. Motivation,
no here, pa, and whom ye say a be more officers nanga say yes sanitation with man motivation pa the be more man a be more munya in way nke kan bi some de be yo medwan no cry na to sin kakra because me amehu the na make say me hu bi na ewowo a enyema enso ehu nya aye refuse ni gu hu ahu nya aye fi me bisa mu kakra me bisa mu ebi o ma the as all shares that particular being so no eya na 1 cedi 20 cedi 2 cedis bi ojiwo sa a mindful and wanti obedu na obefu mom de beka kogum no kendo obegina echi kakra no atu eguwo
say na waka no issue of supervision say oni akoye de say adwuma ahye ne nsa no obey na adwuma ni ye but share psychology any theories we know usually it's linked to theory be a friend broken windows theory say obi ko baby na sokoto say bibia to sia the motivation to further destroy that thing. So for instance, oko baby now who say window be a break here. Usually we say will go close to that broken window and continue to destroy them more. It is a oko skip container ne who say obi a drop it rubber. The motivation to also want to drop the rubber there is also high.
It's very high.
Thinking say somebody will come and collect the whole thing because you think say and they are too hard here and the management family and can knowing fully say the container itself is not full and sanya manyamani bino or say dealing with those things. Supervision will be very important.
Supervision we be jo afefo amohwe your phone lines I person mu fresi so wo kire wa adwen kwan a ye besi ye behwa sanitation ye kan wanse me efi adore ye man Ghana esusan so e de bre e na kwan a ye befa so a yebeyi saa efi na efi ho wobetumi afro wo show yi so 020 7566 185 020 7566 185 Onia tunde yende meba wo so na ye ka culture se culture ne ka ho sania aya
Hello.
Pacho ujo
Hello. Yeah, Pacho, the person may contribute to the program.
Pacho udin ne bebra wo fefi
Hello.
Pacho mete wonka udin ne bebra wo fefi Makat efiso and the mini asana na make no culture
Okay, so kweku me nya so see can be about behavioral change.
Hello.
Nemo no.
Pacho obeja sama kakra me wo bi wan so hello good evening
Good evening. Oshiwan.
hello
Good evening.
Pacho udin ne bebra wo fefi
And Pacho, meeting the Baron, me free UCC.
udin de
Meeting the Baron, me free UCC.
udin de baron wo fefi
Baron.
Pacho yo
Baron.
Pacho yo yeti yo baron Pacho yeti yo
Pacho, sanitation assembly. Hello.
Pacho yeti wonka
I don't say you are not so clear to the individuals. No, I have to say a payment and for another. You have to turn your mouth about quiet. Imagine a gram.
yo yeda se bebre se na o kan individual na ese yanga se start di ehuni ene na ekwan a yebetumi a start yeda se bebre se na me kan phone lines ni 0207566185 oni atunde
Yes, it is na make no behavioral change. Na mom say no ya modify no aye no social and behavioral change because you who say so environment now o find no hu no we busua na wo mu ne mantemo wo mu ne nyina affect your behavior and say social and behavioral change o can be about obi ko that's been wo na wa exception of football and ngu that's been not their tone obi who say to de bia metropolitan assembly o ma be see that's been nese ho all right na momu no ye do bi ato ano say nipa no na nhwe hoso nti nipa no o hwe hoso no mo say no oji 50% no oji 1 cedi
Pacho we Johnson hello
Good evening.
good evening
Hello, good evening.
Pacho good evening
Hello, good evening. Your brother Martin was the president of Suma. But the other time I went to circle. In fact, this is very bad. You when I go, if I go, that is also that composition. And at the way I went there and I told him that what I was saying, I was to do it. Wow. I'm going to show that it's AM for almost a sheet. That's it. I have your top this one. It has had you know how many churches in your matcha. Then I say, I find your phone. Oh, this is a Laura and tell them to Ghana. So the picture is very important. And we have to deal about it. We shouldn't joke with it. We shouldn't joke with it because the way things are going, you'll say it out and we get about that. But I'm sure it's too much on contact with you. Happy guy, I know what he said. What in who got it over there? The conflict is so good. Nah, those who are blessed now put to our force in the man. Also, in the Kuna, we got to do ocean things in the other. It's me, I mean, no, yeah, because they are my big or you have another smile, something you want. That is also why because so what yeah, this is not over public say, no, I do your Thank you.
yo me da se bebre circle asem na okay and kind ofa ha wo be hu bi o ma bo che say baby a obefa bia wo be hu se fi wo ye nto aso
yo back we me say the lawmakers no bi mu ehwe de ekoso me say complain na cause na eba ni niema no ebe ma o ma fa ni me bi serious. Then we say na make no. Inti you be say because we be 50 pesos. Nipa na.
Watch out, obi just mami. Hello.
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 Pacho me talk ka udi ni bebe ofre fi.
Yes, sir. I can repeat question, man.
Pacho me you.
That if you be a woman, I give a go and say it. Yanka yeah, and I'm so moving at the fire. It yet can't say it. We got into the buying criminal. Only you yet at my hand, that is not my way. You know what you completely now I say it. I want to say when I buy an hype. If you ever want to do when they are to their phone, say it now. Oh, sure. Oh, bad Mugra, what you have. The boy in Catherine, we have ordered Diana. Now they are trying to put the people who do it. Just what they would have back. A big bank of the crazy. It's more my young cousin upon to set you. You need a wound and a boy.
Me da se bebre minua ya Ghana fo no se na ye kana ye ndi ehuni na ye start di ehuni a ebobo sa kwan no so se na minua tuni kana abodam kra ye uba efifie ti efie na wo start di ehuni ofie a baby awo.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Good evening minua pacho info na ofrefi udi ni bebe ofrefi.
Please, that's Bridget on the line.
Bridget.
Yes.
Pacho etonka.
I would like to contribute. I think the issue with sanitation has to do with the individual and also the people in charge of taking the refuse. Recently, Zoom Lion increased the fee they take for collecting the rubbish.
Okay.
You get it? And this is putting people off. Just aside that, they hardly come for the rubbish. Sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the bin will be full and then they wouldn't be here to take their refuse. So all these things are also contributing to all that is happening in our country.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Send all can we no okay say Zoom line po ska mo ginu kra akosoro kakra. And ebi o ma e ho to me yama 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Na mo mba 5. E kwan bi so ye besi den abo sa kwan so.
To be the imagine me say in this discussion, I will say a striking balance. Yen to me and can kusi yen yanom.
Pacho ubejina so kakra mami. Call. Hello? Hello? Pacho udini bebe ofefi. Minyo beto aso mami.
Okay, enti ewo responsibility any asudia was a government any abine by yama nkofo and I send ya discuss no nipa attitude nipa behavior send ya amount for edge send your muhu say I was say anyama nti sanyama mienu we and a boom ebe issue of sanitation no nti me hu say so
hello
Pacho.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Pacho the Liberator, I'm Kasafi UCC.
Yo, Mpacho etio.
Mpacho, I'm on the sanitation shire can there. After eti Ghana ponye ye. Na medium say I'm on the corruption issue no. Ghana for you supine what you no. Didn't na one nam na one munsuo. Now okona the rubber to baby. Didn't na and funds mun provide nanka at least 100 liters that's the issue. Obey the campus at the seven number beer what they rubber better form because environment now or no so interest what the better crowd gains at them but I'm one man I'm the disaster and in penny form one normal agency in place said the bear yes so I memo for no you bit me a dream ye na Emma say the bear say or mind ye any beer because of mind ye I action. And you are doing who you are the boy and Medasi.
Medasi super breminia. Say no kind of money yen idea. By sending painful by yen, maybe I may be no site example say, or no UCC. If you're more on Nantia, one means will be copy baby diato, or banana by 100 meters. Only baby and pump fento. nti e kwan be so sa na ni nya ye be ben na
kabi na point na me make say uti afrefo na omo frɛ na uti say nipa bebre ayo omo adwen say omunya nka they live in a clean environment say na enia liberator kan no enti say obi de why na adwen say obey fi but say resources na ni ho dustbin ni ho watu nsuo wanu nsuo na wie unhu baby a onfanto ne nyama ka ho nti we num ni na contribute but it still comes down to the attitude and behavior and say unum oto nsuo wie na onum nsuo no wie a even though that's been in ho no betimi de nsuo na show bottom nti I was say a strike balance ni say obia ewo role also mo play to deal with the issue of sanitation.
Obia wo role be play say na wo ka no ti si a ne kwam so say e che role na na role e be play ni say
kweku na me kan
pacho obeja so ma kakra. Hello
Pacho, hello good evening. Pacho, from political me kasa free University of Kikos.
Okay.
Na me isa konya atia ma na aka sira ama temperature that is now and Ghana ambassador. But more question can be bisa.
Pacho
Mo mantem bi na se ekoba se obi ni mantama watini na yene ne kasa na se tira untia akwanya ben na anasa akwanya ben of the person as online papa also so mesa use akwanya we asrem penifo mo hwe program bia so mo contribute na mo invest yen keep Ghana clean na Ghana nye ka behwe me da so me tobia
me da se bebre you say the question obi say no munya ne ya the question is say na oni obi wo ho we mu say nipa say no ye sa onye na aka sa no ye akwanya be no betumi afasa nipa no so
you quick ebe say ye wo laws are govern sanitation in the country it say obi ye bibi na ne kan no ntia ko town council ho the be friend as sama phone now I report nipa na simple as that because why ye the SS nipa ye the SS unya ye unu nua kasa wa so onte now our friend say onte wa obi tia by na by abetam na ho
Sometimes I saw go for be am makai early 90s no so wo na what say omubo America bia wo de be fa akwa akopra we dwa ye bi echi wunyama bia na edo sende yi a obaka akofa empo bi so wa soja kra na bidie no wan hye ne ya utumi boa no because what is omo ban hwa na asama na ba ne sana ni nya sa de no asa atiegu asa ni obi
a weakening of institutions because we who says it's okay town council for honing nyama no nyom koka metropolitan assembly ni nyama they will tell you that issues of finance because some of the finance no omo internally generated na bind the kakra account
okay
na say yentua yeto na ban so de kakra na delay ombe say ye empowered to go and carry out some of those things so gradually no yesi kanumu bidi ye lusu sika to corruption in yema and the money that we have to use to strengthen our institution the institution can no longer work because say no dan kesesa sama for na motivate om no mu fanye djuman obi otina baby onu ko edama ne ye fan potwen so I think those are some of the
see a Ministry of Water, Housing and Sanitation afa edjuma bebre atono so yes acquiring finance of supporting all those ways to come out with a clean Ghana no o ma just say omo say omo tumi hu so sa de no omo set no matumi aye and na man pain e was no angasa na dwen say obama Ghana abaye kura ebe one of the at least Ghana should be one of the neatest country in Africa.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
That's a friend of Christian. The first free is Legon.
Okay.
In fact, quite idea so model program way about. Me didn't say and Ghana for your best city a winning year. A hundred individual. But then so being yet now what's in 10 hours and I say enquire Uber to me a penny for to tree. But I will say who so be ye now baby mpanimfoɔ asotre na ɔmo baba na ɔmo bebo mo ni eguso wohu issue ne nkɔhwe ye ne nkɔfo temantem ɔmo dan ho fu ɔmo de wura gu hɔ ne ade ya ka besi ne
yeah that's baby you know that's no on so
Peku assembly besi mitrim onim say Sweden as at now Sweden omo importing waste for waste management. Omo importing waste from other countries
for waste management.
Sweden, Sweden.
So just a chrono efi kwa ni. Nti omo pefi a just omo craft on my for so.
That is why I talk about innovation. We just ask Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Norway, Finland, these are countries now. They have not really bought into that Western culture. They've identified Omo culture and they solve their problems, almost solve their problems according to their culture. Maybe say Finland that has got one of the highest literacy rates. But you saw Omo language, which means if you have a fair idea of the language now, I mean you better me educate you more literate. That's why I make us say we should not see our culture as negative. Some man tell me no more na and say and I hear maybe a open defecation acquire social center one yebeko acquire no man. We also share that situation and then we innovate, we look out for a solution that can resonate with the people. Because you best solve issues right from offices. But now office now we designing idea now say what they call Krubia say and Krasibina what dampe idea on them. You end up building facilities, washrooms near there, but people no omu use because they don't understand or they don't relate omu to be related with solution now we're providing. So I think we need to use our attitude or use your attitude your behavior as an advantage. You better me use it as an advantage. Now we innovate and make sure ni pani na aba on board to make sure you deal with issues of sanitation.
Ni pursue send all kind of pepe. I share for some mechanic open say Oboa will show you so when you didn't come out. Over phrase 020 75 66 185 020 75 66 185. Ube to me so I send you a WhatsApp. Was our number now so. You be kind of amo. When you're tuned and the member also. Eh no obi frey dey no ka say nkofo ni bi wa am so mu hia special attention. I say obi o ma wutun said nipa no sa no why na adwen so obeye. Ye be fa ni say ye yale ana say nipa bi ohia futu ana say den
Sena so sikan earlier no. Some of those things say the person's orientation to issues. Into untumi mfa community bi. Na waka say o mehwe community omo ni toilet nti omo kompoano ekoye we ntimi ko si toilet na wa fa otrimpo se do munya na toilet na wa ko si toilet. For all you know no sa bro no so no omo mu nyom adwen so omo per toilet de omo nim say impona no na yom we because e bi mu no ti say na interview obi ade kwanti okọ impano for the say okọ ho a ya mframa sabi mframa fa ni chika krante no na ope. So there is a need say even say government or other institutions want to go and build infrastructure, sanitation infrastructure. There's a need for them to send social scientists to go to that community, find out why the people do what they do. The enti omo ye di omo ye na ye de medication akonya akache so say na namu ye ade ni ni o nemu nembo research say o ye say the we neba o ye say the yare say neba the we neba and nti na di we bremo no nti fiti na kode ye sere obi a bebi amokoye mu we no business as usual and say na ye nyema na say ye be system into upeso o coefficient o said we yo ha na obeko upeso to bolegu a ha na obeko. So I think orientation, there's a need for us to give that education to change people's mindset. And say na me kan earlier, we need a holistic approach. Say na yes some man for or my dreams and no mudrian about sanitation. No. Then we are also looking at the stakeholders there or more. Na me can be earlier. So we be or supervising that's the rubbish dump no or G1 city, 2 cities Ninyema. Obi or Hoshe na 2 cities on to mean to ya, and now so share na wakoji na with Janeko. So we need to look at all those things. If the Metropolitan Assembly employer man for near ya who say every month una o share we no so ye betua osika so men gi sika mfi obia obi behwe gua na wa supervise ne niema ba mo nhwe omusu yia na omusu gi 1 cedi 2 cedi na ntia man for no ba no metuego ti say na Bridget mother collar no all can you see say omu be fa ball awofia no mu gi sika obi wo sika ye wo Ghana and some people are living on less than $1 a day ne niema na wa ka chen say onkotua 2 cedis for rubbish ne niema so we need to take look at some of these things as the person solving sanitation issue.
Let me read the message in the message way fi Nanama or say we need to improve hygiene awareness and then we should communicate the benefits of investing in sanitation in our communities. Say hygiene awareness not said ye and now mini so si no ka bibi say the crowd is a simple it to me important. Sanitation angasana eya na youth na ba na see edwuma was sanitation wa pa minim say one so what idea bi wo ho kakra obetumi ya acha
about waste management I think in some countries is a very big market. If say profit in new waste management more I don't think say Scandinavian countries and I said maybe to say Sweden they would consider the possibility of even importing waste for that kind of management in their countries. But the person returning to points be a miniatunde make here on the issue of balancing because say you didn't come on now muka issue be of town council any assembly bylaws near the idea say ye share sa nyoma na say the toto nipa su any say na nipa air na e was say a striking balance because say you didn't can nipa ni bi ewo omo culture bi omo living it is say laws ni yet too stricter without taking into consideration omo culture ni omo attitude and how we can develop a solution from that attitude now you may end up having a resistance from the people intina miniatunde yesha say no my example be say ewo kro bi a omo ahye emra ewo ho no nipa oka omo ye emra no ho no ono ankasa no akakojina so you can see say because of the culture nipa ni said and take rules na say so I think say also inya sa balance no but we cannot do away with the fact say I will say ye dem bra to ho because sanitation for me na quite say bit say corruption so we jack corruption man ye senior I will say and how people just want to do it you are affecting the larger population. It's the same for sanitation. Say if you leave people to do what they want to do, the effects will come on the whole population. Say cholera ever out. Say issues affecting nipa from sanitation. No? Say breaking out. Maybe 1 or 2 people be on more creative problem. No? But it affects everybody. Until I say you're dealing with that issue in a very very strict manner. I say you use your laws. I say you use your resources. You're dealing with the issue. But say you really balance, the balance we need, dealing with the human attitude and also dealing with the laws we have in place. And
brand dia wo ho. And brand wo ho pa sanitation brand wo ho. Na ase sisi anu I say brand akufumbi and I say brand wo ho. About sanitation.
And Tunde Kayan said the institutions have become weak. And when it comes down to the issue of sanitation, I think there's also an issue of political will. Because I quite say think about it. Oko baby densely populated areas now. I want sanitation threats in the world. Slum areas near the other. But then say a buying and making decision say a slum area into yebetu nipane free because of the effect on those people themselves. Ubenya opposition so abejan say oh a buying nankasa mam or mam be am contact and no so say muntu free her. Na ye dey ba e mam kwan mamatna. So I think
one crisis
yeah, so there's an issue of political will when it comes down to sanitation because even though the effects are there, I say Bibia Amanfo don't care about it and now I say Bibia it's not really hitting hard on people. In terms of political will no but if we all come together and make sure say our laws should work, the laws will work.
And it just says the okay sanitation a bit dim ye well most and just say a divide of politics. Because you see Accra you Dubai for Accra Dubai yen. A Dumbiana and 1 year conocra. But Accra may yourself a member Nabaso. Mbrika Crane, Mammy for war, Papa for war, you move you on idea, Okwa, the way why you need no so no kwan so ano no. Nti sanitation should be devoid of politics. Said the novel can pepe. You better read the messages ni bi. Message where you say, God bless you, host, and God bless your show. From Madam Divina, Accra. Me one message for first one. I say we are watching you live from UCC. God bless you. One funny dian kan edase. Me ne tunde yen to aso.
For me no, can political will and Islam ni no. I think that Ufa baby to say circle, Rollins time na or ye military junta no. Na
me ne obeti anase no.
Sebi me ni hope na fi na minyi. Yes. Nti man beti na minyi.
Na miswa ba e na make say early 90s no na sanitation and breye adwuma.
Yes, no be hu obi to say Salifa Mankwa no hwe circle so. Na se unnim na drop we am by the be bo circle no. Na mom no we've gone beyond that. We need to start thinking for ourselves. We don't need somebody to use cane and stand on you for you to do the right thing. I mean, Mr. Mikon, Kramana, says so born with the bia to do the right thing. Yeah, human being. One of the things that distinguish human beings from animal is the fact that we have conscience. Or personal police, or conscience be pre-kill. When you be, yes, there's a need for deterrent measures where mrabe wo who dip utom mrano so ni abeche okoninya, but we need to start thinking for ourselves. We are human beings, we have conscience. So ofa ball at the two highs, I say your conscience will pre-kill. We should start developing ourselves. So
After 4 sana me kind no person wo fresh so I will fresh 020 7566185 020-7566-185. Sa no man so aso betumi asend e WhatsApp message wo so ye be kan. Nya yesa so nko so. Eya na akama ye say mpemfo ni bi wo ho. Omunyim so wa from wa ka chim so say ni say enwura bi gu say wakọ utumi kọ municipal office wangasa ko bom amanda say ni say eso ya ahu keka na omode baba na ya style bi eno so no ekwa ba so na ebetumi aboa
say akwa resources ewe maimu resources are bibia edi. I mean it's affecting a lot of institutions in this country. Recently you see baby share or domi video be a go viral. Abrante be or say offer fire service for offer police was a fire service for and after the moment number be so unfair and it take you 30 minutes and taking 1 hour. I think say it characterizes the kind of situation that you affecting our institutions to a very large extent.
Hello?
But me per se me
Pacho obeja so am.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello,
good evening.
Good evening, boss.
Pacho frefin within any baby of frefin.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, Tonka.
Pacho from Prince, Pacho UCC.
Okay.
Addison.
Yo. Pacho, yet you.
Pacho say over UCC. Sanitation is a very big problem actually.
Okay. Yes, you are upon
Yes, today. I'm a Mama Johnson. Go foot into Indiana, right opposite to them. You will be able to go on. Two more ones are. Someone has a very two better. It's also if you done it, way students also around. We also share approach from our place is the opposite. All of us the anymore. This is very, very, very tiring. Students here, bread. I think your best let's say the right institution are almost shares about sanitation, which now other boy naka or maybe to waste level on the appropriate am I? Yes, sir, about okay, I used to for your bread.
I think it does be also uses for bread. Yes, you are upon Angasana, yet to take my Ghana for no or more bread. Minia, say an air canoe.
Yeah, I was going to come to the issue of open defecation and going back to laws. I can't want to say
hello.
We need to have.
Hello. I'm so with you.
So now me can't open defecation. Asem say Sisia. I say yenya imbra bebre ewo ye humanemu. We have a lot of laws in our books against the use. Obi to me sit down na only washroom facilities ewo. But obi anka hwe no. Into benya situation na you see compound house pan kakaka omuni washroom facilities they will be compelled to go to because beaches in other areas no akoye omuye. So in as much as you place responsibility on individuals no utumu say even if I have the right attitude or behavior, say me need washroom facility close by. And you know how some of these things sometimes it to me an emergency. So we need washroom facility close by. You'll be forced to even engage in some of these things. See, but the me say like I've been saying throughout, you strike a balance. You who the role attitude and behavior a be play. You who how you be use attitude and culture to our advantage. You who role I will say buying any other stakeholders a be play in dealing with the issue of filth and sanitation.
But yeah, that's baby. You be read the messages in the BI message where if he Kojoba and Liberator from UCC. I am really loving the show and I will admonish various stakeholders to come on board through investment to help increase our level of sanitation. I like the outfit of the host, Midasi Bibri, Midasi, and the contribution of the panels. Thank you. Yadasi Bibri, yes, Yadasi. Message where you say, if we reach love, or say I'm watching you live from Accra. Really appreciate whatever education you are giving us. God bless you. Yamin Shira will be brave. Yadasi. Mini here today. Ebe to asubi. Now, who make it point to be? Na corner by nti me ma utwa so kakra. Now, ka about the holistic approach. Holistic approach no. Eno ne dia na ankasa.
Yo, kweku mansana me call holistic approach no no. Let me say, Addison
University of Cape Coast.
Now, I'm going correction because me a student of University of Cape Coast.
Okay.
Nyamiadom. Problem no University of Cape Coast. Uba facilities are very nice. Name a neighboring community na mamuma a ben Cape Coast pan.
Okay.
Let me say
a ben UCC.
A ben University of Cape Coast. Let me say Bolly be ne toilet facility be wa. So I just want to put that on record. No make a holistic approach. One of the things that you resource because we share your metropolitan assembly. I'm in charge of managing some of these issues now. Rubbish dump ewoho. Ayema abroso wafrea omumba. The willingness is there. Omube person komube bo. Nembum fame kono. The idea of if there is no resource, obviously, we will not expect someone to show yes, man. That is why there is a need for us to empower our institutions. Because we come catch up. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 60% or so of the activities of the Metropolitan Assembly is funded by their own internally generated revenue. Free market women the living in Yemen and a crib if you are buying. Now, you must have buying there, obey to me the cat 10 years, no try. It's a banner, I'm mom with Jimmy Diano Sono. I bear a problem. So I think one of the aspects in the holistic approach, is for government to ensure, and that is where me also say a kind of political will, because money goes to where your political will is. If you have a political will to tackle something, you channel resources. Say you're setting up ministry in charge of sanitation. That shows that the government is trying to prioritize sanitation issues. But the question is, what is the quantum of resources that has been pushed to them to tackle? Looking at the magnitude of sanitation issues. Can't hear them more. Someone function.
Marty, Minya, this is final West. Because you going back a final West, there will be a back.
Okay, Tim, say issue of sanitation, issue we don't need to treat it as a minor issue. It's a very serious issue. And I would say one of the major problems we've had over the years, and say we've been looking at it from one angle. Okay. I don't know. I'm saying I would say like Tunde or kind of we need to look at it from a holistic point of view.
Okay.
So if it's a behavioral problem, we need to use. I would say use like he talked about social and behavioral change communication. Now I would say we need to also impress on government. I think the Ministry of Sanitation on Massati happening, so they need to be up and doing. They have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
And so we can reach that kind of level. I would say.
But also some back up.
The me person me can say yensisan ya adwen as Ghana for enye bibia ne de ahye aban be ye go tamawa ne ye twensa aban a be san bi ji go tan mama se na ye ka aban no so no na wo so wo ye wa afemu de na aban nye na afemu de ho na otumi nya no kokasa na emumu nya wo de na wo point aban de enkonyi ye so ye nyina, and I want to urge obia say ye nya good citizen on my door and we so mind do e mu e be inform me say na ye suni ye ban say na ye dispose waste ni rubbish ni everything
on mind do e mu a ye be hu say na ye be dispose ye rubbish ni ade man ka ho na beka me amene Ghanahene show we Friday bia ye de bebro 6:30 to 7:30 mada me panels no so ase me da ase bebre say ye frame mutumi buy na mom show yi sene ya starti ye be stress e ope say wo sponsor na say wo bo wo show yi so a ye wo numbers a ye de begu o a wo be frɛ asiso numbers ne beba o screen no so nti wo be hu wo betumi afrɛ e kwan wo pese wo sponsor na mo frɛ a mo che say ye wo baby nya ya joy to ni nya down ye wo project bi a be ye wo clean up exercise e be ye wo other project bi a be ye embre no do a wo be hu e wo mpotem wo na e be sro se e ba so a na waka ye ho na wo de ahokeka ba na ye nya ya o ma ye ya dia o ma ni ye obi ada Ghanahene na make say me da se bebre me din di Kwaku Sechi Hills e be sa so hie bio me da se